king over the world. King of the world, mama. And it says, is being engineered to invoke a backlash even among leftists who will join conservatives in taking to the streets.
And these people, they're all in gross darkness, man. They're all fucking blind. They do whatever the news tell them to do. And some of these people, they're just so done. It's like
they're just actors.
Yeah,
they're actresses and actors. That's why when you look at TV, which I'm disgusted by it, like TV Land, PG, rated R. This is XXX out here.
Right. If you go outside, it's fucking shit on the ground.
Right.
You know,
it's terrible. But tonight in today's news, nobody's like that in the real world.
Your discretion is advised.
You know, but you ain't see no signs out here for that. Warning, warning. You may see something, you know, abominable. None of that's out here. But you have law enforcement. You know, and it says, we'll join conservatives in taking to the streets to protest the medical tyranny. People are going to start protesting. This backdrop of nationwide protests is the setting needed by the deep state to stage a violent false flag event.
Stage.
What do they want to do with that? They want to take your guns.
Yep.
And you know when that happens, who's going to pop shit off? These Idumeans.
Yep.
Because that's their blessing, man. They're not going to let it go.
Well, they shall kill one another. So you got some Edomites that only are set up to live and die for America. But then you have other Edomites that are set up to live and die for their new world order. So you're going to have a lot of casualties of war, and they're going to be Esau. Because Esau's got a lot of guns, you know? A lot of blessings.
Oh, gun sales have been through the roof since Obama first got elected.
And guess what? The NRA filed for bankruptcy in New York just so they can move to Texas. All right? They're going to be out there looking like Neo and Trinity. All them guns, man.
Guns.
Lots of guns. This is the book of St. Matthew 12 and verse 25. I'm starting at 25. And it says, anyhow, Shai knew their thoughts and said to them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or a house divided against itself shall not stand.
Right, America is one divided ass place, man. Even within the cities, there's division.
Yeah.
All right, even within the households, because what they're doing, the way they're setting this up, your foes will be of your own household. Man. You live with your parents, they might agree with the media, the children don't. It says the parents gonna betray the children and vice versa.
You had a girl recording her father crying because he told her not to get it, and she's fucking laughing at it, man. I was offended. You know, like, hey, heathen or not, enemy or not, we still have laws. You gotta obey your parents. Right. You ain't just gonna, you know, you gotta honor them, even in our kingdom. You ain't gonna have little Moabite kids smacking Moabite mothers.
Right.
We're gonna jump on their ass for that Moabite woman because we bringing order out here.
Righteous order.
You know, we bringing order to the earth.
We're not going to commit adultery with their wives.
And we ain't gonna let them either.
Yeah.
You know, but you got that right now, that division with the children against, because you got this new age kids, they're through. They're fruitier than Fruit Loops. These kids are done. They're weak. You know, you punch one in the chest, 3 fall. You know, they're done, man. They're done. They're really, I've been growing. I grew up in the eras. And now these new kids, they ain't tough.
They soft.
They're tough, soft. So, you know, that was the order he set.
Well, you can't even get a goddamn pick-up basketball games. Like, niggas call them foul everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's one thing too. Growing up, you know, like before, like past generations, you was either book smart or street smart. Now these kids, they neither one of them. You know.
But on the internet, they're the streetest, thuggest.
Right.
You know.
Well, on the internet, they're internet gangsters.
Yep.
You know?
Internet warriors.
Keyboard warrior.
A nigga will get money, and instead of going to bank, he goes to Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, or get robbed.
Well, when we were growing up, we were playing football, you know.
In the street.
Right. Concrete.
Bro, hey, there was a term, rub some dirt on it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Walk it off.
Yep.
Walk it off.
Yep.
I'll be all right.
Yep.
Now I'm Trigger. You're going to see a lot of triggers soon.
Trigger
know?
effect.
My anxiety.
Yeah, that weak shit.
Right.
You know, I got people I know, certain people I deal with, they'll tell me about their employees they work with. I can't do this. Then don't go to work. You know? piece of shit. Yep. But what's beautiful on top of it, this is the last generation of Esau's legacy.
Right.
Look at his legacy. Where's your mask? You know they gotta wear their masks. They gotta cover up. Men are wearing dresses.
Wear your mask, boy.
Boy, gotta get that mask. Look. Oh shit.
Call them Gen Z.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's gonna turn into where's your past, boy?
Yep. Gen Z about to turn into a frenzy.
They got the shit, and they got the worst of the worst.
Yeah,
like
good.
shitting of the whole stick, man.
Yeah, when we were little, we had toys, friends, hide and seek, bikes, BMX, skateboards. We was out. Now it's apps and applications and medication.
Roblox and Fortnite, man.
Yep. Through.
The birth of the land is gone.
And a lot of more shut up moms and less ass whippings. You know? I seen a kid the other day. I was in the store. I was gonna say something, man. Her mom was barking on her. She's on the ground. I almost checked her ass, man.
Right.
Because where we grew up, they still had the spirit of train up thy child.
Yep.
Now, not necessarily the way we were supposed to, but there was a form of respect. You know, you older than us, brother. There was the community raised the children.
Yeah, it takes a village to raise a child, right? Your neighbors could whoop you.
And where's that come from? The scriptures.
Yep.
Because if a child was slothful or drunkard and unworthy, they'd bring him before the judges and they would stone his ass in front of all of them. And we got a lot of sluggard, lazy niggas running around with a lot of confused black women sticking up for him.
A lot of Damians.
Yep.
That nigga should have been stoned.
Yep.
That's what happened when you allow him to grow up. He becomes a damn monster.
Yep.
And it says menstruous women shall bring forth
Monsters.
I see it.
Yep.
I see it. I deal with children.
Oh, see? So you got firsthand, brother.
It's sad, and they can't do nothing about it.
Yep.
The parents will be charged.
You're right. And you know why? That's an agenda of the Illuminati. That the state shall raise the children.
Yep.
Right.
See? That's all by plan.
That's why in family court,
Right. There you go. Wait.
that's why in family court the woman always wins because they know the man is going to establish order. Right. The man is going to bring that correction. The man is going to whoop that child's ass.
Yep. Right. See, I've been through it.
See?
It's true.
See?
It's true. It's like, how dare you?
Right.
Right. Well, that's a prophecy where it says, "I shall bring a new thing in the earth, where a woman shall compass a man."
Right.
That's why we're out here, because this is the only hope.
This is all, as a man. This is all we got. If the wadi
Look, 744.
As a man, this is the only outlet we really got. You know, you don't have one at work. You don't have a voice.
Or with your woman.
Right.
You deal with a woman, and you bring in your order. She brings in her opinion. We don't need your opinion.
Right.
If I'm telling you go straight, don't say why.
Right.
By the time you say why, it's too late.
Yeah,
now I'm not looking back.
They're saying, "Oh, I want a man of God to lead me," but you don't want to follow. All right, you respect someone. We're not following Eve this go around.
Right.
All right, Eve is going to follow the serpent, and they both going to die.
Yeah. Oh, who shall pity a snake charmer when they're bitten? So we've been delivered from evil.
Yeah,
You know.
the second Adam has overcome.
That's right.
The black Adam, and he showed us how to do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, but
But back in St. Matthew 12 and verse 25, and it says, "Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation."
Well, going in, it said even every house, right?
Yep.
Well, what do you have today? The house of representation. Representatives. The what? The house of representatives. I speak Hebrew, so I can understand.
The House of Rep.
You're right. The what? The house of rep. But what's in those houses? Democrat, Republic. Two different houses. That's a division. They're divided. It's like a house that has a vegetarian and a meat eater.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna clash. No, there's gonna be no. How can two walk together unless they be agreed? So you're fighting.
And it says, "In every city or a house divided against itself shall not stand." And America is but a great city. Verse 26. "And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if I be Beelzebub cast out devils."
Who's Satan? You gotta break that down. Who's
Right,
Satan?
Satan is Esau. You know, because Satan right now, Esau here on the earth.
And Jacob.
That's why it's right.
But Satan just means adversary.
Exactly.
Right.
But the main adversary to righteousness is Esau.
Yep.
But with that, you got black devils too. You got black nigga devils.
Hey, listen, man. See, I'm a hustler.
Right.
I got to deal with people every day, man. Go out, get that. You know, he said, get that bite.
It's obviously,
let him bite you.
It's obviously you're a drug dealer, you know. So they said they give drug dealers commercials, but they blacklist us.
Even better, they're portraying actors as drug dealers to get us. The movie Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Remember Tay Diggs?
Yeah.
Said, I'm sick and tired of playing a gangster. You know, they're hiring actors. The agriculture committee hired a black smooth-faced actor as a head director for who controls and secures your agriculture. They're getting ready to force a famine, and they're using actors as the heads of these people. That man ain't no hustler, man. He's an actor. They set his ass up like they have crisis actors. Crisis actors. Hey, just lay there. You know what I mean? And you don't know what it's being used for.
So they're using him to target our people.
Yep.
You know?
And we just saying it through the spirit. It could really been, but you know, with this devil, I bet he was an actor.
Yeah.
You know, like who else was an actor during the Capitol? That Gadite.
Yeah.
He was an actor.
Yeah.
Remember with the drum?
Yeah.
With the kids?
Yeah.
Those Catholic.
hats.
Yeah. He was actually known as an actor. He was a paid actor. See? So you don't know who's coming up. You know, like going back. This is a Truman Show.
But the average peon, they wouldn't believe that, man, because they believe whatever they see on TV.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Back in Matthew 12:27, and it says, and if I be Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. That was
You want a little bit more in this though? All right, back in this, it says, this backdrop of nationwide protests is the setting needed by the deep state, needed by Esau, to stage a violent false flag event that I'm told will most likely target medical facilities or medical group of some kind. Wow, so they're gonna attempt to overthrow what they're bringing in to help. They say we need to protect the door-to-doorsers, because they first sent them out door-to-door. They could say one of them got murdered. Now they need to go door-to-door with military presence. Now the shops are setting up to give you the snake bite. They need military convoys to protect them. Because see what happened over there in Philly,
Also,
New
people
Jersey.
want to further expose these hospitals, man. You have groups of people going in these hospitals.
And they have been
You know?
recording, and they're saying there's no one here.
Right.
There's no one in here.
They're going to go in there, they're going to confront doctors, just like you said earlier. They're going to be the first pawns to get taken out. You know?
Yep. They're gonna play the knockout game. And it says,
They're going to knock them out and give them the juice.
Yep. Old girl did that in Terminator. When she was escaping, she stuck that shit right in him. You know? And it says, the FBI will, of course, be running this just like they ran the Whitmer kidnapping in Michigan. Oh, on January 6th.
Yep. No, that was.
Oh, well, it says in Michigan as well as the January 6th. Slakia. Because remember that kidnapping was staged by the FBI. Because they were going to kidnap was it mayor?
Yep, the mayor.
The mayor, the old girl. And it was a white militia that just secretly just dispersed. And they're saying January 6th was spearheaded by the FBI. See?
Which it was, which a lot of them were offering themselves.
Yeah, why are the Capitol Police now? They're not off, they're getting killed.
Yeah, right.
Because what they know well, they're saying it is. Because the word suicide just means the thought to kill yourself. It don't mean you necessarily did when you look at the etymology. So they're telling you it's suicide. They shot Jake in the back and said it was suicide. You know, the dude that made a car run on water with 2 shots in the back of the head, they said it was suicide. The man that was about to bring out John's vision, being the MOTB in a movie, they claim he committed suicide. Everybody in the club committed
It's
suicide.
easier that way. It makes sense, bro.
And it says Capitol Siege false flag operation. Nearly every act of terrorism in America over the last 2 decades has been plotted and spearheaded by the corrupt FBI. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Esau played dirty. He janky.
Yep, that's it. That's it, man.
You want the first verse? Start from the top.
Okay, let them bring out 9 first. Then we'll go back to the first.
This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 6.
Oh, one, brother.
Second Ezra 9:1, and it reads, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself."
Right, so as a watchman, this is what you should be doing. You should be watching the news, watching different articles, different platforms, and you measure the time with the prophecies. Okay? Now we're in the time of John's vision, man, which means we're almost out of here, which means World War III is right around the corner.
Right.
The second coming of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
All right?
And these people have no idea.
Yep.
Which means we're about to get spiritual power. The men of the Lord are going to get new bodies. We're going to get a new heaven and a new earth.
It says, like when you look at your watch, when you got to go to work, or you got to catch a bus, you be like this, right?
While you're at work, all you do is look at the clock.
Yep.
Can I get off yet?
Yep. Break time.
Right.
Yeah.
So how much more this? You know?
In the spirit.
Yep.
You know, all we do is look at the prophecies.
Yep.
And accomplish it.
Yep.
You know?
It says, "And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that."
Right, like what? Us going in slavery, us coming up here on slave ships. All right, all the way to 1907, the Lord raising up our bigots. You know, the apostles getting on the streets.
Great awakening.
Us finding out who Esau is. You see? So we see part of them pass.
Yep. Oh, then the wicked shall be revealed by the spirit of my mouth.
Right.
So that already happened. You know, now we're just doing it in a continuance.
Continue to jab it.
Yep.
You know, each video is like a,
Jab.
you know.
And it says, then thou shalt understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
We're in those times where the Lord's going to visit this place, man. And when you pay somebody a visit, it's either to take them out, or for deliverance, man. You want to give them a gift or something. You know?
Yeah, then it says he shall visit the world which he made, like in the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still. When Keanu Reeves went to Esau, he said, your earth. Like this ain't your earth.
Right.
This ain't your land. That's what the problem with these people. This ain't yours.
Well, going back to the system up and down, we said, how do you own the world?
How do you own disorder?
Right.
How do you own it? It ain't yours. It ain't your water. We went to the beach, and this Neanderthal, he said the beach is closing in 5 minutes. It ain't your water.
Beach closing.
How you gonna close the beach? That's what these people, these humans. Yeah, who are you? See, these humans are just so on a low level. They're not thinking past this. They're not thinking past America.
But they don't even question it. You know?
And it reads, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Right, which there's more uproars is coming, like we was talking about over these LDs.
And we've already seen them, you know what I mean? But now when it happens, it's going to be on a whole nother scale, meaning you ain't going back to work.
Right.
You know?
Kids ain't going back to school.
Right. There ain't going to be another presidential election.
Right.
And that's their plan. You know, they got Babylon Biden, which he's probably hooked up to a computer somewhere,
Right.
getting downloads.
Right.
You know? That motherfucker's linked to LimeWire.
He said, you're a lion, dog face pony show.
Chocolate chip.
He said 250 years ago, or four score. It's blatant. It's sloppy.
Malfunctioning.
Yep. And this is who y'all voted for.
Right, y'all should be ashamed.
Yep.
You should be ashamed voting for that.
Yep.
The hair sniffer.
Yep. The kid grabber.
Nigga, sniffer.
Yep.
Man.
Creepy Joe Biden, man. Grabbing little babies. Little 6, 7-year-olds, man. And then a bunch of demon devils behind them smiling.
Man.
You know that room stinks. You know? And it says, smells like Teen Spirit. That shit is sick, bro.
Sunscreen.
Right. Which that's illegal in Hawaii. You're destroying the coral ecosystem. He's got to go, man.
Nigga.
At Second Ezra 9 and
I said nigga, not nigga.
nigga. Second Ezra 9 and 4, 3. And uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, this was written before all of us were born out here, man. Thousands of years ago, prophets wrote this down.
So
And when they wrote it down back then, they didn't understand it because it was written for us now. Because the spirit of the prophets are subject under the prophets. It makes sense.
And that's why now we're singing a new song. because it's all the prophets compiled in one of the same vision that they got in different time spans or empires.
A lot of you niggas are messing up the song, man.
But
Right?
Right. We don't need that.
Like when a record.
Yeah, he chopped and screwed, like, bro.
Right.
Or like when what's his name? The B-Rad, or no, what's him from Malibu?
B-Rad.
B-Rad, when B-Rad said the N-word, it was like,
Hardcore.
and then that was General Hana when he said, yeah, Howard Shy is, what did he say, the realest nigga? That shit was like, what? He don't go out, but you see him on Twitter.
And Facebook.
Right.
And Instagram, FBI.
And it says, 2nd Ezra 9:5, for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Which manifest means to be evident. It's plain. If you can't see that we're at the end, then
Hey, we'll go that way.
you're not meant to see it. Man.
Right.
You're just meant to see what you can see.
Right.
All right?
That's why we surround ourselves by like-minded men. You know, they're in that same spirit, being built up in the same manner, being fellow watchmen, brothers all the time. Even brothers behind the camera, always sending articles, things, and sometimes that'll inspire you. You know, that's why I'll feel, you know, I'm like, man, I gotta send this to the brothers. I'll feel bad if I don't. I gotta share it, you know? Even Paul said I've not, you know, shunned.
Give you all the gospel.
Yeah, give it, man, here. You know?
Feed the sheep.
Freely given, freely received. That's why we're not trying to hide it. You
It
know?
says comfort one another with these words.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, sir?
Yes. This Isaiah 46:9. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
So this is all Lord's will. Right. You know? Because I didn't think it would happen this way. But it makes sense he would use pestilence, which is written that this prophecy that pestilence would come, and he would use that to his advantage.
So here it is. We found out the end was declared from the beginning, which makes you trying to stop this impossible.
Right.
So Esau says, well, we got a mission impossible.
Right. Try to jump on the knee.
And then the last mission impossible, the enemy was called the apostles.
Yep.
Right.
What's that telling you, man?
The one sent away to expose your ass. These meddling kids.
Yep. You try to put that mask back on. Now he's got everyone putting a mask on.
Start at 14 through 19. We're in it.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 14. It's like at 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right, it's nothing but destruction is coming to this place, man. Nothing but death, destruction, and stench. And the brother brought it out how Chicago means stench. Well, this place, this whole country's gonna be stench, man. All right?
And Esau read that and said, we're going to the moon. We're landing on the moon. He said, well, I ain't on Earth. Then Alex Jones, he was like, what they're doing, it's like, they made a, you know, he talks, they made a deal with the aliens, and they got the only spaceship, and they're gonna destroy the world, and they're gonna leave and leave us. He's bugging. Oh, well, going back in the characters, Alex Jones was a comedian.
Yep.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I forgot
you know his name,
too.
Kabar? You know, I know you know it. He has an, I can't remember. He was a character, a comedian before he was Alex Jones. And going into that, y'all brothers know Jason A? Y'all know who Jason A is? His name's like John Nash. He's an actor and a comedian, but he does
YouTube channel?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But then he does all these prolific movies. Nah. See, they got a lot of, you don't know who's behind certain channels and avatars. You got women that ain't even women on Instagram. Some of them are bots. Do I look hot? It's a bot.
Right.
It's a machine. You never seen The Matrix? You know?
Back in 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 15.
What are they playing, J. Cole? That's a cold world. Hear it? It's a cold world coming.
Back in 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 15.
Peace, brothers.
Have a good one, James. We'll see you soon, brother.
Hey, give me a call. How can I get in contact with you guys?
Well, we're on YouTube. All right. We'll, Lord's will, one of us will call you from our cell phone.
Okay, and then yeah, right, and then I can because I see people like you gentlemen on television, you know, like in New York, and I'm from New Jersey, so I see Shabbat.
Yep.
Here, got next.
Yeah, we know Sabak.
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, she might reach out to me, then I can see where you're at.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, we got you, brother.
Shalom.
Shalom. You too.
Back in 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 15, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
Right, and that's going to be through so-called racial tension, different states. All right, division among men. All right, lack of food. You know, the sword is going to come in many forms: martial law, UN troops, pestilence, newly created creatures, super soldiers.
That juice.
You know,
That MOTB.
The angels.
Yeah.
they got a sword.
Yep. And it says, and swords in their hands, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men.
Right, sedition. Can you look up that word? Yeah.
And it says, and invading one another, they shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right, people are not going to give a damn what the fake president have to say, man. All right? Breaking news, Biden has issued. They're not going to care. They're not going to care what the mayor has to say, the chief of police. All right? They're not going to care about city council, your neighbors, the head of neighborhood watch. All right? People going to do, it's going to be all out lawlessness out here, man. And the main target is going to be the stores because people need food, water, and goods. So those stores are going to be red zones, man.
And they're gonna blame us for sedition too.
Yep.
And Adam Abbott is gonna spearhead that.
Yep.
Because he's doing sedition outside the White House. And with Zabak.
Yeah,
We should have told James about that.
Those are the camps, man.
Yeah, the mother camps.
ISUPK with the guns. All right, Sakari with the gang banging.
This man literally was out front of the side of the White House, like 100 strong, and talking about burning and shit. And then they titled it "Burning Down the White House." If that ain't a motherfucker set up,
Right.
if that motherfucker ain't set up, you kidding me? You dumb niggas?
Right.
You don't see the ploy?
Right. You don't see the
Fucking idiots.
Right.
You gotta see the punch coming, man.
Then the nigga reenacted the scene from 300. Remember when they were in the rain?
Yeah.
And he, a fucking idiot.
You need to hear the scripture.
You don't even know, and their Bibles are all wet. I hate when my scriptures get wet.
Right.
You know what I mean? I gotta use it.
They get wrinkled.
Yeah, they're all out there. And with that, you're like, you're fucking. They're weird, bro. Yeah,
They're a bunch of monkeys, man. Fucking monkeys.
But this right here, they're gonna charge they're gonna charge us with this. Sedition means conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against authority or state of monarchy.
Yeah, because what are we telling you not to do? Not to go along with this man's program. You know, it's a real problem. Actually, what we're doing, they're looking at that as a declaration of war, but it's cool though, man. You know.
So right here, is sedition a crime in the U.S.? Sedition is the crime of revolting or inciting revolt against the government. However, because of the broad protection of free speech under the First Amendment, prosecution for seditions are rare. Nevertheless, sedition remains a crime in the United States. Martial law, where they're going to suspend the Constitution so you don't have rights to be protected to get judged for sedition.
Right, because why did the Lord set it up in the first place for us to come out here, man, and to prophesy? You know?
We can say something,
I
bro?
was just going back, they just use it now under the pretense of inciting a riot.
Exactly.
So it's the same,
Yep.
Instead of just saying,
Exactly.
You incited the riot. It could be 4 people.
Yep.
And they'll hit you.
And with martial law is the cancellation of the Constitution of Independence.
You have no rights.
Tied in with the Patriot Act.
Boom. There you go.
It's all been a build-up since 9/11.
Yeah.
They've been slowly taking away rights, taking all your rights away, man.
They've been slowly building up the Tower of Babel. Spiritually, like we're building up the spiritual third temple.
Well, they knocked down the World Trade Center and built one building.
Out of 2 comes 1. You know, Obama said it. Out of many, 1. That's a luminary statement.
Right.
You know?
That's what this whole thing is about, man. One world government. All right.
2nd Esdras 15 and verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right. Why? Because of the city's been locked down. The city's been besieged. You don't have the juice. Okay. Many reasons. The bridge has been taken out, like they showed you on I Am Legend. All right. There's gonna be many various reasons why you can't go there, man. Because of the pestilence.
Go out or come in.
Yep.
Because they're gonna want to contain the contagion.
Oh, it also showed you that on the first purge, on the Purge Forever, people were trying to get to Canada or Mexico.
Yeah, yep.
See?
Damn.
I crossed that border.
And in the movie Bushwick, they were trying to escape Bushwick, New York.
Yep.
You know, or they escape New York,
Yep.
escape LA with was it Bill Russell? Y'all brothers know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Something. Y'all know him if you saw him, but there's a movie, Escape from New York, you know?
Verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Right?
Good.
Don't they have Pride Month?
Yep.
You know, June is Pride Month.
Right.
And we were in the grocery store and this fucking 4'11 and a half demon, little fucking bastard, walks by like Esau's already rude. You know, they just walk in front of you and you all in your personal space and don't say shit.
Right.
Whatever. But this nigga walks right in front of us, proud as fuck with a Mo shirt on. And I'm like, and I told him, bro, I said, see, we're not carnal, but imagine a carnal man who would have just offed his shit.
Yeah.
And that's what's coming. You're gonna tell someone no behind the counter and they're gonna off your shit, man.
Yep.
You're gonna die at work. You're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna go to work to try to enforce the New World Order and they're gonna die there.
Especially in these grocery stores, you're going to have people getting stampeded, man. All right, if you don't want to let people in, they're going to rush that bitch.
World War Z.
Yep.
They were gonna rape old girl right in the aisle. Then the cop came in, nigga was like, shh, I need baby food.
Right, I ain't worried about that.
Don't worry about that
Right.
shit. You better keep that little pea shooter.
Right.
It's wild out there, nigga.
Right. And it says, be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed.
Yeah, their houses, not ours.
Right.
You know?
Right, because when we were in Egypt, when the Lord plagued that place, the children of Israel were good. They had light, they had food, they had water, they had the Lord. You know, they had a covering, they had protection, but all they had was screams and terror.
But not for the house of David.
Right.
Because you're gonna have now piece of shit Israelites, you know, they are of the
good.
circumcision,
Good.
you know, but even Jakes that don't know, because you are Israelite, you're gonna get judged, man. You're gonna get judged, man. General Yohanan, Nate,
And those are going to get beaten with many stripes. Man.
Right.
They're
Like
gonna,
that.
they're going to get it the worst.
They know. Right. And it says, and men shall be afraid, and men shall have no pity
Right,
upon.
so if men are going to be afraid, how much more women? You know? Because when the gunshots go off, when shit breaks out, women run.
Yeah.
Women scream, they hide.
Panic.
Okay? Women look for men for protection. But now, like Kevin Samuels is saying, winter is coming, man.
Verse 19, and man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Right, for all these people that are doomsday prepping and stocking up.
I read it again. 2 Corinthians 15 and verse 19, and man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
hey, it says no pity upon the neighbor. Why? Because you're gonna be locked in. You're gonna be locked down and controlled in. So the next best thing outside the store is gonna be your neighbor. It's gonna be the friend that was saving and doing this. You know?
And also, you don't even know your damn neighbor, man.
Right.
You know? And even if you do know your neighbor,